Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new piercing reaction video. Hello everyone, what is the tea? What is the Darjeeling, the Lapsang Souchong, the Scalding Hot Assam? What is the tea?
I want my tea!
Hello everyone, so today we are back to do something that I have literally not done in about 2.5 years. We have not done a piercing memes video in so long. We're back today, do some piercing memes. I'm gonna go through Instagram. Everything you have sent me over the past couple of years, I've tried to find memes precisely. So thank you to everyone who has sent me things to react to. You are wonderful. Come follow me on Instagram. And of course, as I've been saying for the past few months, if you are enjoying these reaction videos, make sure you do come follow me over on Twitch because we are doing live reactions there multiple times a week. So come follow me, Roly West, over on Twitch. But anyway, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are coming up. But let's not beat around the bush and get on with this reaction video. She's on one today, girls. Oh dear, so it says when you see her piercings through her shirt. And someone's got like, can you imagine? I've got fidget spinner nipple piercings. Can you imagine? There's already gonna be, there's already, like, I mean, I know the fidget spinner thing was like, what, 2017? I thought, was it 2017? I think that's when all the fidget spinner nonsense was going around. Fidget spinner nipple piercings. I'm sure they've been made. Obviously, this is just someone with that under their shirt. But yeah, so when I had like a love-hate relationship when it came to being able to see my nipple piercings. I didn't know whether I liked it because sometimes I was like, oh, when I'm wearing a white top and it kind of like looks so intense, it almost looks like I've got like a bit of a weird looking nipple. Actually, this is a real question for you. Comment down below. If you are someone that has nipple piercings, do you like when they show through your t-shirts? Because if you're like me and wear like clothing that's quite snug, of course, you're going to be able to see it.
Whore.
And on the flip side though, if you're someone who's just kind of into piercings, you don't want them yourself, but you quite like to look at them. Like, do you like it when you see someone else with it? Like, can you see, if you see it through the t-shirt, you're like,
Oh, sexy.
because that's how normal people react apparently. Oh god, not David Blaine. Bro, seriously, just go to a piercing studio. I'll pay. Literally, oh my god. Let's just be honest though, like David Blaine over the years, if you haven't seen some of the stuff he did, because I know obviously my younger audience might not necessarily know some of the stuff in the 2000s, but the amount of things I remember seeing from him from over the years of him getting like needles or like bars and just like shoving them through his body. He's done it so many times. There's a whole thing about him giving himself like a crucifixion piercing where he like he pokes like a needle like through the top of his hand here and then it comes out the palm. Like I've seen him do that many times. I don't know how he's not dead. But seriously, as I always say, don't pierce yourself. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Even to get into a video, it ain't worth it, girl. Dude, did you get your nipples pierced? Nah, they're just lifting weights. Ew! Oh, that's disgusting, but also like, lol. But like, ew! Can you imagine like, oh yes, I've got nice, strong, masculine nipples and like these muscly nipples. Oh!
Disgusting.
Please welcome to the stage, weightlifting nipple. Get in, loser. We're getting piercings. Do you know what? I've always wished that throughout my piercing journey that I'd actually have someone to go get piercings with. It's never really happened. Like my friend Matthew from Cornwall, who he's still my friend now, but one of my friends back before I lived in Devon. And like we would sometimes get piercings together, but like it was never like someone like me. Like I would love to have had like an actual like piercing friend, but no, it never happened. It's fine, but it never happened.
It looks like it's suicide again for me.
Luxaria has become my tattoo friend though, so we're getting tattoos like together and things and like during like the journey together. I of course overtook her because she had surgery and needed to recover. I managed to get a bit of a head start, but she should be start getting tattooed soon, so we're gonna have like a little tattoo journey together, which is nice again. But yeah, I always wished I had like piercing friends, like piercing people. Lonely, I miss the lonely. I have nobody to pierce me. Wow. Die. Healing and piercing? Ear care spray. Ear care spray? Ear care spray. Ear care. Why does that sound? Ear care spray. Ear care spray. Ear care spray. Why does ear care spray sound weird?
Because you're stupid.
So I've never actually used like the healing spray stuff. 'Cause I know Claire's has his own bloody thing. I don't trust anything from Claire's. There's like H2 Ocean spray. And I've heard like other things that are like spray healing. I've never used it. So I cannot comment really on like what it's like and how it feels. Out of curiosity, anyone here who has used these kind of like cleaning sprays, how has your experience been? Because I've always heard mixed reviews. I do love this meme though, because it gets used so much for like boomer stuff. I love it. This meme is one of my favorite things. Anyone? Hey, girl with nipple piercings. Flash. I've known many women to have nipple piercings over the years, and they've never just come up to me and gone, ha! Is this a thing that people just do? I don't know what circles you hang around with, but my friends don't just flash each other.
But I wish I did.
Is this a thing that girls just do apparently? Just like showing their tits to everyone? Is this a thing? Is this like Girls Gone Wild? Is this 2002 again? Oh my god. Hey, yeah. I'm like a girl gone wild.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
The day her parents found out she's got nipple pierced. I've always wanted to get like an x-ray of my head to see like the metal. I think it'd be quite fun. Obviously I'm not just gonna go and take up a doctor's time to get an x-ray of my head, but I've always been curious to like actually see what my head would look like if we had like an x-ray, all the bits of metal and things. The day her parents found out she's married to Satan.
Praise Satan!
How most people see the world. How Joe Exotic sees the world. Wow, are we going back to that? Are we really going back to the Joe Exotic eyebrow piercing? Are we really going there, girls?
Well, I wish you wouldn't.
Why he wouldn't just get it re-pierced, I will never understand. Why he left it literally till it was hanging on by like a thread of skin. I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to find logic in Joe Exotic. Obviously, he's absolutely insane. I finally found it after 15 years. The scroll of truth. Some piercings take more than 6 months before it's safe to wear a ring. No! Yes. I mean, it's nice to see quite like a fun meme. Obviously, no one ever really knows how long things are going to take for each person to heal. Everyone's body's different. Everyone heals differently. There's obviously guidelines that are kind of like, so six months is like a good time to be like, your cartilage piercing is properly healed. Some people it will take longer. Some people it will take less. And until you know for sure that your piercing is completely healed, don't put things like hoops or curved barbells in them. Like, unless like with these piercings, they tend to get done with curved barbells. There are certain piercings like your septum as well. It will get done with a horseshoe bar. There are some piercings that just happen to get done with it, but most piercings would get done like with a flat bar, like a straight bar. Don't change your piercing until it's properly healed. Piercings are a long time, like they're for the long haul. They're not some flippant thing that you can just get done and a couple weeks later be like, I'm gonna do what I want with it, girl, because I'm untouchable.
And she's dead now.
When you use hoops and it's not healed, you're changing the shape of the hole ever so slightly. It causes pressure. It can cause it to migrate or change shape if it's not healed. So please wait until it's healed. But what I will say is I've not seen this meme before. So is this a new meme? I quite like it. I've not seen this meme before. Your nose thing makes it look like a bull. Bull. I'm so over this whole thing about like a horse, like a septum ring bars make it look like a bull. Like, no, it doesn't. Do you want me to try to make you look like a bull? Being a bull.
I'm a human being. Let me go.
Someone has commented here though. Whenever people tell me this, I just say, well, I must already look like a cow because one tiny piece of metal does not make me a cow. Moo, bitch. Oh god, snake eye piercings. And it's another wrestler swearing, being like, piercers who care about their clients. Exactly. You know, if anyone's known me for a long time, watched me for a long time, you know I've had quite a strong vendetta against Claire's accessories, piercing guns, and snake eye piercings. Yeah, the idea that there are actual professionals, and I use professionals very loosely, will do snake eye piercings. I don't care. I do not care if you have it and it's fine. That's not reality for most people. This piercing is dangerous. It also causes you so many more complications, so many issues, like, it's just a piercing that just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. If you've got it, good for you. I'm so happy that you happen to have a dangerous piercing and it's fine for you. But I actually don't care. King Charles, nah. Prince Albert, yeah. Oh, disgusting. Fuck King Charles. I'm not the most patriotic person, as you might be able to tad burp then. Oh, unsubscribe.
I sentence you to death.
I can't say that I would also want a Prince Albert, to be honest. I feel like I would still be like, ah! My piercing jewelry collection every time you run into me. It's the woman from Scary Movie 3 when her hat gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The Scary Movie films, they're a throwback, aren't they? Oh. Like in my bathroom, not in here, I had this huge box of piercing jewelry that I've collected over the past, like, what, 12, 13 years. And so many of them I've had since, like, again, I've had since my very, very start of the journey back when I was like 19. I don't know why I've kept hold of so much. I'm quite a bad hoarder with things. As you can see, I'm a maximalist person. I like everything in my background to be like so intense and crazy. Like my worst thing that I used to be really bad with was wires. I used to collect like just like electrical wires because I was always gonna be like,
I might need this skirt lead someday.
Throw it away in the outside garbage.
I just find it bonkers that I would keep hold of some insane things like SCART leads or like USB extenders and all this shit. It's like, I'm never gonna use it. So piercing jewelry is also another thing that I've hoarded for ages. I have this box in my bathroom and it's just full of bars. And like most of them like don't even fit the piercings I have now because I've had them for so long. And it's like, I don't know why I've kept them, but I do.
You're a mess, woman.
I am most definitely my grandma. My grandma was massive when it came to hoarding things. After she died, we went into the attic to clear out some of the stuff that she had up there. And we had no idea how many like stamps she had. My grandma loved to collect, like, once she made cards. She made her own cards. And she would have like those like stamps where you'd put ink on it and then you stamp it on. It was like shapes and things. There was boxes and boxes and boxes just full of different stamps of like flowers or like petals or like shapes or animals or food, and it was just like, where's all the stuff come from? I'm definitely my grandparents, like through and through, so I need to kind of work on that a bit more, not be so much of a hoarder. Constantly plays with piercings, a ball drops me. Okay, so I am actually very good at not touching and playing with piercings. I think when you have them as many as I have, you get to a good habit of like not doing it. I think when you're new to your piercings, it's very easy and tempting to be like, I like this side of my nostril. Not this side, not my septum, this side of my nostril. This always falls off. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the shape of my face. My nose is a bit of a crooked shape, so maybe that's why it does it. I honestly cannot tell you, but this side of my nostril piercing, it falls out all the time, like multiple times a week. No matter what kind of jewelry I have in, what kind of piercing, like anything, it always falls out. And I don't know why, and it's so annoying. I'm confused why this piercing falls out. I don't understand. I've got scouts.
I can't take this anymore.
When you wake up after sleeping on your fresh piercing all night and you just lay there wondering if the new piercing is really worth the hassle. We've all been there, girls, I'm sure. I, unfortunately, am a wriggler. When I sleep, I move around a lot. I don't know why. I honestly couldn't tell you why. I tend to wriggle around a lot and move around a lot. When I get new piercings, this happens a lot. I'll wake up and my ear's a bit sore, whatever. It does take a little bit of time to get used to getting a new one for me, only for that reason. When I'm awake, I don't catch it. I don't have a knock on things because I'm so used to having ear piercings that it doesn't do it when I'm awake. But when I'm asleep, unfortunately, you're kind of powerless. I don't really know what you can do. Again, it was my nipple piercings. Like, to me, it just wasn't worth the hassle, so I took them out. And I'm sure you obviously will have your own experiences with certain piercings, but for me, nipple piercings, when I would move, I would knock them all the time. It's not worth it. I know some people try to use like neck pillows, like the travel pillows that you kind of put around there. I honestly feel like neck pillows are really uncomfortable, so I don't like using them. I sometimes, when it's like a brand new piercing, I sometimes like sleep on my hand. Once my piercings are healed, obviously I can sleep and it's absolutely fine. I'd never really have problems sleeping with my earrings, but when they're healing, that's when some issues can be, just because obviously, but then if you've got 1 piercing or 10 piercings, when you get a new one, it's going to be a hassle to sleep anyway. You're gonna knock it. Same with tattoos. Like, I try my hardest to sleep on a different side when I got tattoo work done. Like tomorrow, I'm getting some more tattoo work done up here. We're doing like a second layer of coloring on my Flanders section. And no matter how hard I try to sleep on my right side, I know I'm going to have some kind of imprint of my arm somewhere on like a towel on my bed, or like, you know, it's going to happen because I wriggle a lot. It's annoying. Anyone who's had any kind of modifications or any body modification or surgery or anything, it's difficult to sleep.
Well, then stop.
My piercer, keep your hands off your piercing while it heals me. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. I get it. Again, when you're new to piercings, it does happen. I get it. When I first started getting piercings, I think one of the reasons why my industrial piercing went so bad so quick is because I kept playing with it. My ear wasn't the correct shape, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I clearly shouldn't have had that piercing. Back in 2008, I didn't really know that much. You know, piercing knowledge as well back in 2008 on the internet was very slow, like slim as well, because of course, you know, that was still like the birthing age of social media. So there wasn't really a lot of information out there to know what you were doing completely, but I shouldn't have got that piercing. But one of the reasons why it went funny, I think it's because I kept playing with it a lot as well. Unless you're washing your hands every 10 seconds, like, you're gonna be putting dirt into an open wound, which of course is going to make it infected.
You stupid bitch!
When you got new piercings, please just try your hardest to leave it the alone. Once it's healed, all you want, you know, go at it, have fun, touch it, play with it.
Tug at my fur.
When a client comes back in for downsizing and the piercing is healing perfectly. Oh, a little fluffy, whoopy, little fluffy, fluffer. It's funny hearing stories when actual like body piercers will tell me stories of clients coming in annoyed that their piercing isn't healing very well, but it's actually because they're looking after it, but they come in being like, you did something wrong. It's like, no, actually, how often do you clean it? And they're like,
I don't even know what that is.
own your shit, bitch. If you don't look after it, own it and be like, you know what? Okay, this is my fault, not the piercer's fault. Checking my bank account after getting a new piercing every week. Dead.
She's dead.
You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. And when you don't pay very much, you get shit work done. If you're looking at a bank account and going, I spent a lot of money, probably actually a good thing that you're getting modifications and spending a lot of money. Don't cheap out, sis.
Guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Changing your jewelry over the sink. I do like to live dangerously. Yeah. Don't. The thing is, it's funny because like my best place of changing my jewelry is in my bathroom, just because that's where the mirror and the light's on my face. I always do it there, but it's true. The amount of times that I've just done it over the sink and I've dropped like a little ball and it's gone down the plug hole. It's so frustrating, but I never learn. I still do it now after all this time. I'm still doing it, and I'm sure you guys watching, some of you do it too. It's weird. There are some lessons in life that for some strange reason it just never gets into your mind. You're like, no, this time will be different, and instantly you've died.
She's dead.
Oh, when you reminisce on a piercing you let close. Oh, eyebrow piercing, I miss you so much. If I have to pick any piercing that I've ever had that I miss the most, is 100% my eyebrow piercing. Because again, it was kind of just a bit of a hassle. I would knock it all the time. But I love eyebrow piercings. I've always loved eyebrow piercings. I remember I was infatuated with Jay from 5 back in the 90s because he had an eyebrow piercing. I was like, he's so hot.
I think I might be gay.
And I don't regret taking it out, but I definitely miss it. The same with my nape piercing. I had the back of my neck done twice. I loved nape piercings. They grow out over time. You eventually have to take them out. And I'm like, no!
Get a hold of yourself!
But don't be too stubborn. Don't be too stubborn with piercings. If they're a hassle, take them out because, you know, again, you have to think to yourself, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the hassle? Where did you find that? I've been searching for it everywhere. These are piercings. It's a jar of happiness. Yes. We can all get a bit of it, like we get a lot of endorphins. I do want to say though, there is a lot of joking about like, oh, it's therapy and all this shit. Piercings are therapy, tattoo work is therapy. Body modification isn't gonna heal any kind of like trauma or heal any kind of like mental health problems that you do have, or heal anything that you need to actually work on. Like I love that it makes you happy, but it is a little bit like a drug where it might give you like a fix for a second and you might suddenly feel high. You know, if you drink alcohol, you get a bit sort of like free and like, oh, it is fun, but actually it doesn't make any issue go away. So if you are dealing with something, make sure that you actually deal with it and not just try to mask it, because piercings and body modification is not going to get rid of that. It will just mask it for a little while and then you're going to be back to where you were before. So just make sure you do keep that in mind. I think it'd be irresponsible of me to not mention that at all when I see things like this. Client, is this piercing going to hurt? Piercer, I won't feel a thing. The piercer's laughing at the person being like, well, I'm not going to feel a thing. That's this I don't know if this meme works. I don't know if this meme works. Does it work? Am I just being stupid? Does this meme work? Does this meme work? Yes or no? Short answer, no. Long answer,
Die.
I will say though, when it comes to piercers, I feel like they're very honest by how much things hurt. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a piercer that's been like, it's going to be absolutely fine, and it's been the worst thing. And I've not seen anyone who's been like, it's going to be so painful, and it doesn't hurt at all. I feel like piercers tend to be quite honest. That makes 10, so your next one is free. It's a loyalty. Is this me? This is me just with a bit of beard. Oh, a balde with beard. I loved it. I wish I would have got free piercings like this. I've had a lot of free ones over the time. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's not funny.
See, I like memes like this because it's actually been made properly, not just like a reskinned old meme. I actually quite like it when they've obviously put the time in to make a specific meme for the thing it wants to, you know, the joke it's telling. So I'm glad. But yeah, that's cool. I've become quite friendly with my tattoo artists, and so I do get some money off sometimes. like Hyro, who does my arms, he'll sometimes charge me like an hour less than what we've done because, you know, we're kind of friends. Well, we're not kind of friends. We are friends now. I always say, especially when it comes to modifications, not for trying to get things off, but just for own comfortability. If you're someone who wants to get a lot of work done, like if you just want one ear piercing, obviously you're not going to make friends with your piercer and like try to befriend them and everything. But like for me, Veronica, who does my ears, I've not had a piercing for a while, but she's still one of my good friends just because I've known her for a long time. And it makes piercings so much easier when you're friendly with the person, especially when it comes to changing things or not wanting like a certain piercing in a certain position. The anxiety of being like, oh, actually, can you change that, is gone completely. And it's the same with tattoo works. Like, there's the amount of things that I've had changed on my arm, like from the design that like he originally did. I'm like, can you do it like this instead? Can we color this slightly differently? And I feel no anxiety about doing that because I've become quite good friends with him. So it's like, there's no awkwardness. And of course, when someone is a tattooist or a piercer, they're not expecting you to just like do exactly what they've said. They're going to inform you the best ways of doing things, but they want your input as well. They want you to make sure that you are happy. So like when you promote them, you actually promote them well. They don't want you to go away and have a bad experience because then it also reflects badly on them. Yes, you can take it too far and be like,
I want a really highly detailed sign of blah blah on this part of my finger.
What a stupid bitch.
essentially you are a walking advert for them. So if they're a piercer, if they're a tattoo artist, some kind of body modificationist, they want to make sure that you are happy. So please don't feel scared. Don't feel worried about saying something like, I want this position slightly differently. I would like this to be a bit of smaller or bigger. I want this color to be different. Ah! Have you checked out my muscle tongue? My muscly, masculine, butch tongue. Oh, mummy's got a tongue. Frontal lobe lobotomizing is here. Our newest piercing option has just arrived. Book your appointment now at Claire's Accessories.
They let you keep the piece of brain they cut out.
10-year-old me getting my ears pierced at Claire's knowing damn well they're gonna get infected. Oh no. I always want, like, I actually, because of how big Claire's are, the energy around piercing guns and cartridges have definitely changed within the past 10 years. I'm not saying I've changed it, but I would have had a big impact within the, you know, the gun realm as well. Like the amount of people have had comment on my videos over the years saying like they were going to go to Claire's, but they didn't because of my videos. So like, I know that although I'm never going to be able to take down a corporation like Claire's. Of course, I don't have that much power and money to do all that stuff. But like, I know I'd have had some kind of impact. I wonder now when people are still going and getting their ears done in these places, like, do they just do it because they don't know, or do they do it because like they just don't care? Because I just feel like now that in the zeitgeist of piercing guns, like people just know that it's not good, and do people still honestly believe that it's okay? I just find it hard to believe. I just find it so hard to believe. 14 gauge, 12 gauge, 10 gauge blowout, and this person's skipping. This is very apropos for what we've been seeing on my channel recently, all the ear stretching videos. Again, I would just never understand. Like, I am incredibly impatient, and I'm fully aware that I'm very impatient. Like, it's just fact. But even I would never, like, I'm stretching my earlobe on this side. It's at, what, I think this is like 3mm at the moment. Like, the idea of suddenly jumping from 3mm to like 6 in one go because I'm impatient is absolutely, I've been tagged in this a few times as well. I'm absolutely insane. Like, I don't understand why people just don't wait to stretch their ears. I don't get it. I will just never understand. I will never understand, especially when there's studios out there actually doing it. Like, stupid. No, 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 no. Oh, for my God's sake. Someone told me she done F with airports. I don't...
I can't wait to die.
I mean, this is a lot of piercings though. Jesus, this is a lot of facial piercings. And the thing is as well is like, I don't know what kind of airports you're going to, but like when like the thing you go and, you know, you go through the security bit, the airport, and it beeps or whatever because you've got metal. I don't understand what you expect to happen. Like every single time it goes off, you don't suddenly get like tackled to the ground and attacked. No, you're just told to like stand and use a body scanner instead of the airport metal detectors. You just stand in the body scanner and then it scans you. Like you don't just suddenly get tackled to the ground. I never understood this whole thing about, oh, airport security must love you. Like, what are you expecting to happen? They're gonna see someone who's modified and all of a sudden they've got guard dogs there and they're gonna tackle you to the ground and eat you alive. Like, what? I don't understand what you expect to happen. I just don't get it. I just walk through the airport security and nothing happens because piercings don't actually set them off. Imagine if every single person that had piercings went off. Having one piercing and having 30 doesn't suddenly mean that it's gonna beat more. Like, no, that it's the material. Like having loads of one thing doesn't suddenly change what it's made out of. So if it was going off for someone like me and who uses my jewelry, who uses what I use, it would be going off constantly with people just 1 or 2 studs. When you see somebody wearing some body jewelry, you like, honestly, like if I wasn't so like slightly socially awkward around like strangers, the amount of times I've seen people that had gorgeous jewelry and I've just wanted to be like, where did you get that from? But I feel a bit awkward doing it. I'm not talking about subscribers. Like when viewers come and meet me, it's not the same because there's like a commonality there. But like actual total strangers, I'm kind of awkward around people I don't know. I would wish I had a little bit more confidence just to be like, where did you get that from? Or like, where did you get those shoes from? Because even just in general life, the amount of times I've seen people wearing like items of clothing and I'm like, where did they get that? I love those shoes or I love that top. But like, I'm too embarrassed to ask. I love your piercing terms. Say it again, Daith. So this is the thing. Is it Daith? Is it Darth? I've also heard people calling it Dayath before.
Seriously, who talks like that?
I just say Daith. If that's not right, I don't care. Darth, Daith, Diarth, Daithies, Dothwashlies, Daithy Waithy. I don't care. I call it Daith. Deal with it, girls. You don't need another piercing. In the fire. Yeah, come on. Come on. I don't know specifically what it is about body modification that can be addictive. It's hard to, I think for me, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. For me, I've always been very impatient, and because I've always had quite an intense idea of what I want to look like, I don't know if, like, I don't feel like I'm addicted to getting tattoo work or addicted to getting piercings. I feel like for me, it's more of an impatient thing, and I want things done fast because it's like, I want to look like my idea that I have in my head.
Not a good look.
So with piercings, obviously, I've got this many, it's great, and this is how I want to look. My tattoos, obviously I've been able to do a little bit faster because your body can handle more tattoo work than it can with piercings. So for me, like there are people who will be addicted to it and addicted to surgery and addicted to all that stuff. So when people say like you don't need any more, it's not always coming from a place of ignorance or jealousy or lack of understanding. Like some people are genuinely, like the Black Alien Project, for example, he's clearly has some kind of body dysmorphia or addiction to like surgery or addicted to, because like there's no way you go to that level of modification without having some kind of like, there has to be something else there. It's just to risk your life this much for surgery to get an aesthetic, there's something there. People are, so there are some people, Jessica Alves, for example, she's also someone who's clearly addicted to plastic surgery. Like, there are people who are addicted, I get it. So sometimes when people do say, maybe rethink, or you don't need anything else, or like you're fine, it is coming from a nice place sometimes. Some people do say it though just because they're being judgmental.
And I hate them.
Trying to find that piercing ball you dropped on the floor, like exactly this nose thing. So this is a 3mm ball on my nose. It's so small, whenever that falls on the floor, it's like I've lost it. Literally just lie flat on the floor. Hopefully your floor's clean. Just lie flat on the floor and look, like just look, because you normally can see like a little bump somewhere. This is the only time when it is kind of annoying that they're not magnetic, because if they were magnetic, it'd be really easy to find them. 2 have to go forever. Piercing guns and Claire's. I mean, if Claire's was to go, piercing guns would also go.
Stupid question.
This is a very interesting meme because I feel like it's isn't it meant to be a little bit more tricky? Sure. Guns and Claire's. Bagel! Me, my mental health after rising energy costs, a housing crisis, a climate disaster, a failing economy, and a 2-year pandemic. Getting a new piercing. Slap! Do you remember this like sticky tape stuff? Oh my gosh. Yes. I totally understand. The world we live in is insane at the moment. Everything. And you know, if you want to go get a new piercing, a new body modification, wonderful. You live your life, girl. But just keep in mind, as I said before about the happiness thing, it's not going to solve anything. It might mask it, but it won't solve it. And just make sure that you're making smart choices for your future, especially with the way that the world is at the moment. When your piercing ball falls out and it's your last one, exactly. This is what I mean. You lie directly on the floor and you will find that bitch. Normal people relaxing. I read a good book and sleep early tonight. Me relaxing. I think I need to get another hole put in my ear. Very that. I get it though. Is it serotonin? Is that what it is? The endorphins and serotonin that gets released in your body when you get like a new piercing or a new tattoo or whatever is definitely addictive. And I think that's, as I said about it, I'm not sure what things are addictive. I think that high you get can be addictive. Well, guys, I'm not aboard the trigger train today. We are not scrolling down the cliff, and we are not plunging to our death, and we are not going Barbies. But one thing we are still doing is squatting for Jesus. Oh, squat for Jesus. Oh, Jesus loved a good peach. Oh, get that bottom for Jesus. Oh, yes, Jesus loved a good raw dogging in the fence. Anyway, hello. So thank you for watching today's video. This has been an interesting one. I do love doing piercing memes. I mean, I don't do them as often because there isn't as much to react to, but I don't know why I left it like 2 odd years to make this video. But thank you to everyone who has sent me everything to react to on Instagram. You guys are incredible. But yeah, I love doing piercing memes. It's always good to have like a nice little laugh, isn't it? A nice little joke. I mean, we all love a good meme, don't we? Also, a little note, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying the longer videos. I made like a conscious decision like maybe a month ago that I'm gonna extend my video lengths because I always get sent so much stuff to react to, and because I normally cut my videos down to like 24 minutes or whatever, like I always end up losing so much content because it piles up too much, and then there's too much for me to react to that I kind of like end up wasting loads of stuff. But recently I've been increasing my video length to like half an hour to 40 minutes, and you guys have been really enjoying it. So of course it is a little bit more work, but I don't mind. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the slightly longer videos. So thank you for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Today's Twitch shout out goes to AliBear1619. Thank you for being a Twitch follower. If you would like to be in the chance of being in the next Twitch shout out, come follow me over on Twitch. It's Roly West over there. And of course, like I said, we're doing reaction videos every single week over there, live reactions. So it's a lot more fun. So it's a little bit different than what you see here. It's a little bit more kind of like interactive, of course, because it's live. We chat about what we're looking at. We have discussions. We will go on many tangents. We have a lot of fun over on Twitch. So come follow me on Twitch. It's Roly West over there. Come join the fun. A massive shout out to my lovely Patreons, whose names you can see on the side of the screen here. Thank you for being my top tier patrons. My Patreon. Shout out Amy Hudson, Rishi, Athena Barrington, Erin Grace, Jenna Herman, Zoe Severe, Heather McFarland, Christina Carl, Benjamin Baker, Robin Scott Palmer, Corin Pemberton, Bethard, Steffi Tate, Caitlin Wright, Chloe Louise, Shell Herman, and Kelly Bowser. Thank you for being my top tier Patreons. There is a link down below if you would like to be a Patreon too. Some perks, some rewards, get shout outs, names at the end of videos, all that good kind of stuff. But anyway, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are coming up. Be fabulous, be amazing, be gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let any bish out there tell you that you can't be you. Why is that? Because you are the lawless girl.